My name's Adam and this is Cattledog Garage. How's it going, everybody? I'm Adam, and this is Cattledog Garage. I'm going to be reading off a notebook today. Chances are this is the first video of mine you've seen. For those of you who don't know, I was paralyzed while working in the garage on June 2nd, 2014. I spent a month in the hospital and almost died. I had to learn to walk again, to use my right arm and hand again. The injury resulted in a rare condition called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. It is also nicknamed suicide disease because it is so painful. In fact, it is the most painful condition known to modern medicine. It is characterized by fire-hot burning, bone-crushing, flesh-ripping pain, so much so that some request amputation of the affected limb or limbs. CRPS also affects the limbic system of your brain, which is responsible for cognitive function like memory storage, recall, emotion, specifically anger, from constant provocation of the fight or flight response. It also affects the ability to articulate your thoughts, hold on to thoughts, and even get simple points across. It also affects intellectual function. Ever since being paralyzed, I have fought to get where I am physically, but over the last several years, my body is starting to fail me, and my mind is definitely being affected and starting to succumb to the effects of CRPS on my brain. That is why I would like to spread my knowledge while I can. It is bad enough that every video I record, I have to write down everything I want to say. I say this all not for sympathy or pity or attention, but for understanding that there are people out there all over the world who struggle just to get out of bed every day and are plagued every second by a mental and physical battle with unrelenting pain and the disability to complete simple tasks without it being a major fight. People whose days are dictated by pain and whether or not their body is working well, or how sick they feel. I started this channel about a month ago with the intentions of keeping it real and to represent and inspire people just like I had just described. I intend to encourage by example and show that no matter what your situation, you can fight hard enough to do what you love and enjoy. I intend to give as much of my knowledge that has taken me 25 years to acquire from growing up in a machine shop, immersing myself in mechanics and building champion engines and vehicles, and knowing how to build proper engine combos with parts that all correlate with each other that result in impressive ability and output, and to take that power plant and match it with the proper drivetrain components for the application, resulting in capabilities beyond expectations. I was inspired to make this channel by Bill Hoskinson of the Old Man's Garage. I came across Bill's channel in August of 2020 at a really tough time in my life. My dad had just been killed in a car crash on July 24th, 2020. And for the longest time, my dad was my best friend and mentor. This might sound stupid, but Bill's channel helped fill a void inside of me. You see, when my dad died, a piece of me died. And there was something I found comforting about having so much in common with Bill and his whole family. The weird thing is, I thought I would be the last person on earth to ever be affected by a YouTube channel. And strangely, this is the part I really couldn't believe. After watching Bill's channel for almost 2 years, it almost seems as if I know him for a while, without ever even meeting him, and it also feels as if he's a friend. If my channel can give someone a fraction of what Bill's channel has given me, I feel I have done my job. If my channel can help someone temporarily escape the isolation of being seriously injured, having a disease or a condition, or someone who is experiencing the isolation of caring for a loved one around the clock, just know that I understand 100%. My grandmother has been living with us since 2010. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2006. She is now in the end stages of Alzheimer's and is completely reliant on me and my mom. for things like getting out of bed, going to the bathroom in the morning, changing her diapers, showering her, feeding her breakfast, lunch, dinner, brushing her teeth, etc. She can't hardly communicate with anybody, really, and nobody can hardly understand her but me for the most part, because I had spent years taking care of her while my mom was at work. I've been with my grandmother literally for years, almost 24/7, watching her decline from one of the most articulate, intelligent, and quick-witted and full of life human beings to basically a full-grown 2-year-old. My grandma no longer calls me by my name. She calls me Johnny. And for the longest time, we didn't know who Johnny was because she never knew a Johnny, but I have come to realize that Johnny is me. If you have a loved one with Alzheimer's dementia, please consider not throwing them in a nursing home, because as much as you think they don't know what's going on, they do. For the longest time, I thought that about my grandma, and after spending years of almost every waking moment with her, I have come to realize that deep inside they are still there, trapped in a hell with frustration of not being able to communicate or do simple things. They are still capable of happiness through interaction with people they love and music. Music is one of the best things for brain stimulation and memory recall for my grandma. She loves to listen to music. In fact, when we get her up in the morning, we turn music on to get her up and get her going and more alert. Knowing you did the absolute best you can for a loved one by keeping them at home is one of the most rewarding feelings. Taking care of someone you love so much, to some may seem like a burden, but I see it as an opportunity to give someone the best end of their life as possible, when she gave me so much my whole life. So please consider not putting a loved one in a nursing home. It will not be easy by no means, but when they die, you can rest assured that you did the best you could, and that is a good feeling. So like I said, if you're experiencing the isolation that comes with being the only 1 or 2 people in your whole family taking care of a loved one, I feel you. I really do. With all that being said, I definitely have a unique niche in the YouTube community with my experiences. Since putting my first video out 3 weeks ago, I now have 4 videos, plus this one, and 2 shorts. One video has almost 1,600 views in 2 weeks. Another video from 3 weeks ago has almost 1,200 views. My first video has over 800 views in 3 weeks. And my most recent video has over 700 views in 7 days. I now have 40 subscribers, and my analytics show my channel is doing good for a new channel. I currently have content being suggested by the Old Man's Garage, Street Race Channel, Gen 2 Garage, David Vizard, Power Nation, Richard Holdner, Lucky's Garage, Car Wizard, Lucor Automotive and Lucor Racing, Midwest Street Cars, Whistling Diesel, 187 Customs, Vice Grip Garage, Vice Grip Lodge, Cletus McFarland, KSR Performance, Dirt Lifestyle, and a lot more. So my content definitely landed right where I wanted it. For those of you who have already subscribed, I thank you. For those of you who haven't, I would appreciate if you did. If you would like to support this channel, it really helps if you subscribe and share. Also, to my fellow YouTubers, I cannot comment on anybody's channel but my own. When I comment on somebody else's channel, no matter who it is or no matter what I type, I'm the only person that can see that comment. So basically it doesn't exist if no one else can see it. It has been like this since I started my channel. I have been in touch with YouTube and Google, and they act like they don't know what I'm talking about. I have done research, and I'm not the first person to experience what they call shadow banning. And it makes it extremely difficult to be part of the YouTube community being silenced for no reason. It's like living in a communist country while living in the freest country on earth. Just putting this out there to let you guys know that they're doing this kind of stuff for no reason. Comment if you've experienced this, and if so, did you get it resolved, and if so, how? For those of you still listening, I thank you. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would also appreciate if you would subscribe to the Old Man's Garage. I'm going to wrap this up for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Adam with Cattledog Garage. Thank you.